Passion isn't a plan. It's how most people end up broke and burned out. The worst advice you can give a young person is follow your passion. It's a quote by Scott Galloway, who we've had on this show and has done some amazing things in the world. Now, I'm going to give you some context. I live a passionate life, but the flawed advice, follow your passion, feels inspiring. It feels exciting and motivating and exhilarating, but it's not a reliable life strategy. The reality is passions can change. They can evolve with seasons, and turning them into careers may lead to burnout or financial instability. You don't want your passions to be something that you hate later. You want to find something that, one, you can be useful in adding value and being of service around. And you want to make sure your passions stay your passions. But if passions lead to burnout, then you're going to never want to do that thing that you're passionate about ever again. So an example might be that an individual passionate about painting and just loves painting quits their stable job to become a full-time artist, but struggles financially and loses the joy in painting due to market pressures or feeling like they have to be on social media constantly to promote themselves. And they lose the joy in it when the business of it, or the marketing of it, or the personal branding of it, or the packaging, or dealing with customers, whatever it might be, when all that other stuff starts to pile on top of you and create a weight that you're not ready for. You have to know what you're getting into. And if you're trying to make money and monetize a passion, that's one thing. But you've got to know what you're getting into when you're starting to monetize a passion. Now, if you could do that and you could sustain it, that's a great thing. But just saying, I'm going to go follow my passion. I love basketball, so I'm going to try to play basketball and make money. You may get burnt out by doing that strategy. If you like painting, if you like something else, you may just get burnt out. So you have to be careful of saying, I'm only going to do something I'm passionate about. And I love what I do. I love the School of Greatness. I love sitting down against some of the biggest names in the world and getting to tap into their mindset and their heart. And I love sharing that with you. And I love inspiring people. I love it. I am passionate about it. I don't think you can do something for 12 plus years every single week unless you have some joy and passion. So I have that. It doesn't mean there's not challenges and adversity and struggles and things that I don't like doing on a day-to-day basis, but I found something that I can be very good at, very effective at in serving a greater mission, a meaningful mission, which is what I talk about in The Greatness Mindset. If you don't have it yet, the New York Times bestseller, grab a copy today, which will guide you on the lessons I've learned from all the top experts I've had on here on how to truly dive into your meaningful mission and your purpose. So instead of solely chasing passion, I want you personally to identify something that you're good at and what the world needs and what you can get paid for. And when you can identify what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, then you can create something that's exciting. Because when you get paid for something that you're good at, that other people need, man, you build competence, you build confidence, you build consistency, and you build currency. You want to create currency in relationships, in an industry, in your community, with your friends, with your family. You want to build that currency that says, hey, I'm doing something meaningful, I'm helping, I'm useful, I'm adding value. And I'm getting paid in return for that value that I create. We all have to work at something. We all have to serve in some way. And it's asking yourself, what activities do I want to be spending more time at? And how do I want to be serving people? And how can I get paid for that service? I love what I get to do and what my team gets to work on here, Team Greatness, is because we get to create meaningful, valuable content that serves humanity in an empowering way. And for me, education is one of the greatest things that we can all have. But being educated and consuming information that serves us to improve our lives, God, what a gift, what a blessing, what an opportunity. And in a world where we can do unlimited amounts of things with our time, what are you going to do with your time? At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of a decade, what do you want to look back at and say, I used my time for good. I was a part of a company that was helping people. I was a part of a mission that impacted lives, that inspired people? Or do you want to be doing stuff just for a paycheck that may not align with your values? Or maybe it's pulling people down, or it's hurting people, or it's not really that ethical. You just want to be asking yourself, what am I a part of? Am I a part of something greater? Am I serving in a greater capacity than just making money for money's sake? Because fulfillment comes when passion meets purpose, and when purpose meets a paycheck. So let me say this one more time. Fulfillment comes when passion meets purpose, and when purpose meets a paycheck. And it is so much more rewarding when you're able to do all those things in alignment with your values, with your vision, and with your meaningful mission. And again, if you don't have the greatness mindset, this is all about how to unlock the power of your mind to live your best life. That's what this is all about. How can we live authentically our greatest lives as frequently as possible? It doesn't mean we're not going to fall from grace and make mistakes and, be imperfect. We're human beings. But how can we be just doing a little bit better every single day, every single year, and leaning into adding value the best way possible and getting paid in return for that purpose? So the first key advice that's been maybe leading you astray is to follow your passion. And again, it doesn't mean you shouldn't bring passion to your day-to-day activities. But if you're only following your passion and you get burnt out in the process and you can't monetize it, then that passion's going to fade as well, and you have to find a new passion. So it's just having the full context around that. You shouldn't just only follow your passion, but you should live with passion in whatever you do. The second key advice that's been blocking you is stay positive. Stay positive at all times, because this can be toxic. Always staying positive is the most negative thing you can do. There's a quote that I like from Dr. Susan David, who's been on this show, that says, it's a longer quote. It says, emotional agility is our ability to be healthy human beings. Every day, we have thousands of thoughts that tell us we're not good enough. We also have emotions about loneliness, anxiety, and stories that we tell ourselves about who we are in the world. And all of these things can give us stress, ambiguity, and complexity. They become more pervasive and gain a greater level of hold on us. So emotional agility is the psychological skill that helps us to deal with the inner world of ours in a fundamentally healthy way. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.